Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning, wrapping up the first week of 2022. I'm going to 51 more, and we'll be at the end of the year. So look, today is going to be a lot better day. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew up there in Southport. High 58, low 41. Water temperature has been pretty level now at about 66 degrees. Let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown, speaking of level, it's sort of level off, but it's pretty high. How about a 13.8? Exact reading we had yesterday. Take a look at Choctawhatchee at Caryville. This morning we're reading a 7.7. Had a little bit of a drop to it, and probably going to go back up there after a little bit of this rain. So it's still a little high, but that's sort of the way it does in wintertime. All right, our tide chart. I've got a tide chart coming. It's not here right now, but it's coming shortly. Okay. High today at 12:14 this morning, and coming in is going to be low at 10:15 this morning. That's the St. Andrew Bay system based on the North Bay reading up there around Lynn Haven. So we do that reading right there, okay? Also, the wind now is going to be coming out of north-northeast at about 13. It'll be pretty sporty there coming in north-northeast. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Now, you know what day it is? It's Friday, and what do we do on Friday? We draw out a pickle jar. What's in the pickle jar? Nothing. I've been meaning to add these names the last couple of days, so we're going to do it again. First thing of the show, so we don't run out of time. So it's going to take a few minutes. Listen for your names. If you send it in, always give a couple of days of cushion there. If you sent in yesterday, you may or may not make it. So here we go. First one, Bill Barfield, Bayou George. Let's see. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it quick as I can now. Bob Bigger, Deer Point Lake. Gene Bigger, Deer Point Lake. And Donna Burgess, Santa Rosa Beach. Okay. Donald Burgess, Santa Rosa Beach, us husband and wife. Marie Borges, Dave Borges, Santa Rosa. Tressa Brown, Santa Rosa Beach. Ted Gagnier, Lynn Haven. And Anna Gagnier. I'm going to do this faster, Jeff, like this, okay? Anna Gagnier, Lynn Haven, Ronald Hahn, I don't know what neck of the woods he's from, Wendy Hahn, y'all, okay, Joanne Maxwell, Chattahoochee, Ned Maxwell, Chattahoochee, John McCarter, Alligator Point, and so good to hear from so many of y'all. Laura Alligator Point, Laura McCarter, Gloria Turner, Panama City Beach, Stan Bourne, Panama City Beach, Delane Bourne, Panama City Beach, and got a couple more here. Jerry Vickers, Howard Creek. Kathy Vickers, Howard Creek. Let me fold these up. Tracy Aycock, Panama City Beach. All right. Randy McAreeth, Panama City Beach. Frank Davis, Howard Creek. I just called out Tracy. Terry Aycock, Panama City Beach. AJ Aycock, Panama City Beach. Betty McAreeth, Panama City Beach, and Candy McAreeth, Panama City Beach. So we got it started, and we'll do a draw a little bit later. So here we go. We it filled up last year. All right. So send them in, and try to send them email or text or whatever. Or if you have to call, leave a message. That's okay too. We'll try to get them in, and the sooner you get them in, the better chance you're gonna have a winning. So, all right, now I was talking yesterday about the rut. I was thinking about driving in this morning. There's so many things that you can read books and all, but nothing like going out in the woods and just having an experience of hunting a rut. And I look back over the years that we found the rut and all, and it's always you look for fresh sign. Those scrapes we're talking about, like the rain came through and it rains on them, then you go after the rain. If it's fresh, then you know that buck is in that area. And we're talking about the rut time period, and it overlaps. I mean, it might be. It might be a little bit later up there in Washington County, a little bit earlier in Calhoun County and all. It's a little overlap, but January usually are in between, middle of January is what I've always gone by. Right there smack dab in the middle of January has been the peak of our rut. So, and also I've always thought maybe the younger deer, may go in rut a little bit earlier, and the older deer may go in rut a little bit in the same area, go in a little bit later. So that's just some food for thought I wanted to mention about the rut and all. And then I was thinking about the rut, I thought about, the deer stands and the blinds, and over the years I've gotten more adaptable to being in a ground blind. I do have some tall blinds. I don't move them around though, but I love hunting off the ground and move them around. But this website we talked about before about this is do-it-yourself deer blinds. I pulled some of those up last night. I found this one. This is interesting now. You never think about this. What some of these blinds right here in the middle places. You think about the lightning. You ever thought about lightning hitting a blind? I really haven't either. And I found this picture this week. It's up. Okay, we got actually. Check this out. This here from another group. Blind was hit by lightning. Thank the Lord no one was in it. But see this is what happens when lightning hits the stand, and really it makes sense if it's out there in the middle of a field or something. It's going to sort of be like a lightning rod. So anyway, that was. So let me show you a couple more. I just get a kick out of this. Was a family property. His uncle cut down the biggest tree on the property, and look what this guy did. He actually he built on top of that. Now isn't that creative? All right, here's another one. I'm going to show you a couple. This is just a well-built one. This is up in Pennsylvania, and look how well-built that is. That took some time. They actually put a name on it. He calls it the JP's Oasis, but look at the windows and all. Well-built. And this is the inside of it. It's got a little heater there. And that's important in a place like Pennsylvania, and we could use it down here sometimes in Florida too when it gets cold. Here's one. This is one. They didn't put a lot of time into it, but basically all you got to do. A lot of times these slats and all, you just put them up and really put some weeds around them and a little bit of cover. That's not a high dollar one there. Just want to show you different extremes and all. But that's a ground blind. Okay, and this one's portable. I just would not. I could not relax and enjoy that. But look how you got it, of course, on the lift and lifts it up, and that's. I guess there are some advantages. I just don't think I'd be attracted to that one. And of course, this one on a trailer. Putting one on a trailer, have 3 windows, and we've done. Walter, my son-in-law, has done that a season or two. It's really a good idea, but you got to leave it sitting there a while. And then one more. Everybody from my generation knows that's the old satellite dish, the old fiberglass satellite dish that first came out. It makes a great roof, and then just put a cloth around it. I don't know, a lot of y'all have already got them built for this year, but if you're thinking about for next year, and of course this is a Cadillac here, and I wouldn't get in something like that. But this guy, he's proud of it. That's way too high for me. I'd run it. Okay, so that's the do-it-yourself. Deer blinds, and like I say, most of y'all will be planning for next year now. It's really fun. I think it goes back. I was thinking not too long ago about why we enjoy doing those, making those deer blinds and all. I think it goes back to when you were a kid. You just enjoyed going in the backyard, back in the woods, building a little hut, a little campsite, a little tree house. I think it's just something that goes back to your childhood days. You like to build something out there in the woods and all, and like a little clubhouse. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, well, welcome back. I want to talk a second about advertising here on Panhandle Outdoors. I just like to talk about it on occasion. We appreciate our advertisers, but I want to give you some testimonials and let you know we got a couple of spots open. If you or your business would like to advertise with us, we'd be glad to have you. I was at Dr. Sunseri's office yesterday getting my checkup. I go twice a year now, and the good news, I only have one spot. The bad news is right here. So when you start seeing this scabbing up, we're going to blame him. And by the way, he's going to come on the show again soon. And we had a good visit yesterday, and he said so many of y'all come in there and say you've seen him on the show. In fact, he said someone came in not too long ago, and it hadn't been in 4 years, but they remember seeing him on the show 4 years ago, so they remember it. So that's a great testimonial, and he just enjoyed going to him. He and his staff do a great job. So that's one testimonial. The other one over here, the Legacy Lifts, Brian Bowen, he saw the new advertiser just starting in December. He's already sold one lift off of it like the first week of advertising. So thank you for the folks that bought that lift. The fencing, we cannot, Miller Fence and Wilbur can't stay caught up hardly because so many of y'all have done business with them off the show, and we just appreciate it. And he put a couple of fences in for me. My neighbor's fence, Ernie Regadio, looks great. All these fences look really good that he's doing. So I want to encourage you to use our advertisers, and also if you have a company and we just feel like we're reaching a lot of people and a lot of good people that we use our advertisers. Okay, enough about that. I want to get some pictures in. We're talking about Dan Wells was talking about his two little boys. We're talking about them being up there in Ohio now, but they were in Telosia. He sent me some pictures of them with that coon. You saw it earlier, and I made a comment to him about how good it was to see them and how much how much they enjoyed being on the show and all the pictures. I said, here's what I said. I said, Winston Chester. I said, this is to Dan. Great pick, great memories. And Dan said, yes, sir. You can take the boys out of Telosia, but you can't take Telosia out of the boys. And that is so true. You can take the country out, you take the boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy. So I just thought that was a good answer right there. I got a better picture of what I was talking about yesterday, the book that Hub Chasen wrote. This is Treasures of the Chipotle River Valley. It's a better picture, and like I say, I went online last night on Amazon. Everybody's saying that they can't find the book. So anyway, if we get 50 people to order this, they'll go into a reprint, Father and Son Printing Company. And here's that phone number right here if you want to call and order about it. It's just a collector's item, 741-2712. Some of y'all may not mean anything, but you folks in the area, you know what I'm talking about. Elliot Melvin, my best buddy got it done on his birthday. Words can't describe the feeling of watching your kids love the outdoors as much as you do. And here is his little buddy. Nice buck there. I know he enjoyed that. Good to hear from you, Elliot Melvin. I thought this was good. The statue of the son was made from pieces removed from the statue of the father, representing what parents do to build the lives of the children. Isn't that cool? They cut out little cutouts there of the parent, and then they build a child. And it's not true as to what happens as we as parents and grandparents give so much in turn to just help our young people. All right, check this out. Wilbur Miller sent this. I actually was visiting. He came by the house the other day. What in the world? Now, this is up on his property. Now, the horns, we talked about it. It looks like they've been cut off. But hey, how in the world are you going to cut off the horns of a deer? And then Gail was sitting there, we were in the living room, and Gail said, well, he might have had his antlers cut while he was caught up in the fence. And that could be it. And I've sent it to Stan. I haven't heard back from Stan. I'll get Stan's opinion on it. But that was just a couple of days ago at 12:49, right there at midnight. That's when the bucks were walking. So anyway, let us know what you think about that. You see how it's squared off. No need to travel out west to see elk anymore. We've talked about the elk restoration this side of the Mississippi, where the elk was native there in North Carolina, and they're up there now in pretty good numbers. Beautiful photography there. And this is an actual picture of one of the viewers. I just put this in because the deer are really moving around. This messed up this guy's car. This is a local picture. And they're really, with the bucks moving during rutting all at night, they started like in November and December and January, they're really moving around at night. So be careful. And when you see this sign, don't just say, hey, look at that pretty sign. Slow down and just be aware of what's going on around you, because they just move out there so quick and all. Okay? All right, so just be aware of that. I also want to mention, we're going to start our giveaways. This will be the first giveaway. You got pretty good odds today, don't you? And if you have a business or something and want to maybe give away a gift certificate or whatever, get in contact with me. We're not doing Los Angeles anymore, so we'll just be giving away two things. We'll cut our drawing time in half by doing this. So, but we're still, Tarpon Dog's been with us since day one. And you're talking about what's really good this time of the year, this time of winter, is fresh fish. And it's hard to get it. It's hard to get it in January and February unless you go to a good fish market like Tarpon Dog. And it's really good stuff. I would encourage you to get some fresh fish and eat with all that deer meat. I know a lot of y'all been taking some deer and all, and the processors, they've been pretty busy. I'm going to run by the processor pretty soon and shoot some video. One of the things they're going to mention too, they're mentioning, we used to field dress them and get the guts out and all that kind of stuff, and most processors now just want you to just bring them like they are, and they'll do all that, and it's a lot easier. So it's one of the biggest things, especially someone like me that's a single hunter and hunt by myself a lot. It's just hard now to load them up in the back of a truck. So so a lot of times, we cut the guts out to get the weight out of it. So anyway, that's what they're saying. Here we go. First draw in 2022. We're going to start up really good now. And the first winner of 2022, this will be for the $20 gift certificate, is going to be all the way from Lynn Haven, Onda Gagne. They've been with us a long time too. I'm glad you won the first one. Okay, and a big red snapper. Biggest problem with red snapper is just trying to figure out how you want to cook it. So it's good no matter how you cook it. The winner's going to red snapper going to be all the way from Panama City Beach, Candy Macareese, the Macareese family out there, good folks and good viewers. So we appreciate that. So we're going to get set up. We're going to do our famous Friday fishing forecast right after this break. So we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're glad you're with us this morning. Jeff, I can't quite see the clock, so okay. I want to do the fishing a little different day instead of bouncing around in all different areas on the map on Google Earth. I want to concentrate today on the sheephead because we're starting the sheephead bite is strong this time of the year. They've come in November, start coming in here, getting ready to spawn, and do be careful of it. Don't get too many and all. But here's some regulations on it. Okay, just want to go over. It's got to be 12 inches, and you can get 8 per person, okay? So that's not bad. But March and April, they're really spawning, so they got a 50 limit here. And state regulation extend into federal season. So, of course, legal gear, the gear and all, just hook and line. And listen, you can throw a cast net. You can spear them or gig them, okay? But you cannot snatch them. I always thought that was funny. We used to snatch them. You can't do that anymore. Illegal gear, you cannot use any multiple hook set. You can't put 3 or 4 down there, or dead natural bait. That's a little tricky right there. You can't use dead natural bait. But anyway, the question was right here: Can oysters and barnacles be used as chum? And now this is critical as far as sheephead fishing. And I remember the old timers and all. They would have a just a flat. Like a shovel, and like a hoe, really, and they'd scrape the barnacles off of the bridge pilings, and that would chum up the sheephead, and they still do that, and it is legal to do that. So, but anyway, oysters. If you're using oysters, you got to close. It says this FWC website, closed season. Right here. Oysters have closed season, bag limits, size limits, and can only be legally harvested. So you can't go out and get oysters just to be fishing with oysters as bait. So if it's a closed season, so that could be a little tricky spot there. Barnacles and all. But anyway, getting back to here's what it look like: a sheephead, and you can see when they open the mouth, the teeth are just they look just straight like a sheep, and they're funny looking, but good eating, really good eating. And when I think about eating, it's just something I do. Oyster bars, you find them. Where to find them around pilings and oyster bars, or just natural areas and all. Seawalls are good, and they're okay. But what I was going to mention, the nutritional fact. I always try to keep up with nutritional facts. I always say fish is healthy, but really, this is one fillet of sheephead I found last night just to share with y'all. And it's surprising, right in the center, cholesterol. It's pretty high in cholesterol. I just want to skip over that because I said, well, look, it's got 27% potassium, so that's good. But look at the bottom, how much protein you get from a fish, 97%. So that's good. So just take your cholesterol medicine, maybe double it when you eat a sheephead, but it's healthy. And that's from an actual size limit of 1 fillet, if you eat a whole fillet. And if you cut it down to just 100 grams, here's 100 grams, you cut it there, okay? So that's really quick. I want to show you. Even 52% protein. So anyway, I'll get a kick out of nutrition level. Now, where to go? I'm not going to bounce around Google Earth. What I did last night, I just clicked and made pictures of about 6 places to go, starting on the west end of my viewing area, working down to the east end. So here we go. Right here, okay, the first picture here, I've shown this a lot. But again, these bridge pilings around there are really good, excellent. Then down here, the jetty area, fishing the jetties is going to be good in any pass for sheephead. You're going to get hung up some, so have several rigs with you. And I can't help but to mention right here in the middle page, the Destin History and Fishing Museum. Every community needs one of those. We do not have one here in Bay County, but every county needs one. Okay, so I've shown that one now. Let's go to West Bay. Okay, we're going to skip on through Choctahatchee Bay. The West Bay Bridge has always held sheephead. You might have to wiggle around for room, but this time of year it's good fishing around those pilings, and up in the canal is good sheephead fishing. The third place we want to go to, the Pass. St. Andrews State Park has always been a staple as far as sheephead. If you're in a boat, go to the east side over here, right there in the center of the page. It's excellent sheephead fishing. You'll see the boats start piling up in there, and that's all right up in there, right there in the center, out of the Pass there at Shell Island. Okay, next place we want to go to, over here, right here, going into Tyndall, Bonita Bay right there. Again, the Tyndall Bridge, you got a lot of water coming out of East Bay. That's just always good fishing. That's a real good channel there. I'm going to run out of time. Okay, one of the top places there, the Highland View boat ramp, right there under the bridge. You can catch everything. One of the top places. That's the Port St. Joe side on the bottom, Highland View Bridge. Okay, got that one. And then real quick, this is right there at Port St. Joe Marina, those rocks right there to the outside of it. That's a good place. And Franklin County, the two bridges there in Franklin County. We always talk about the bridge there, the old bridge there in Franklin County. Run out of time, but those are the top 5 or 6 places to catch sheephead here in the Florida Panhandle. They're guaranteed to have fish there. I can't guarantee you're going to catch them, but it's a great place to go. We wrapped it up for the first week of 2022. Thank you all for watching our show. We appreciate the viewership, and you have a great weekend. Do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.